friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am planning out the week of June 7th through the 13th. I'm using this kit from Scribble Prints Co. I went to stay at Disneyland this week, so that's what we're primarily going to be talking about. But first I need to talk about, I guess, the elephant in my voice. If you can tell, I sound really sad, not normal. Today just hasn't been the best day, and it's kind of the only time I had to film this voiceover before we go to Disney World, so I'm trying to get it done. The foil I'm pulling in is from Planner Pixie Co., most of it, or it is an overlay tape from Sticky Essentials, and the quote overlay box sheet is from Crest Press. But I was having a good day as far as like my mental health goes, considering a year ago today I got to see my ex for the first time since his deployment, and I was doing pretty good with that. And my dad called and asked me, not really asked, just said I could take his credit card and go to this fancy gym that I've always wanted to go to and hire a personal trainer. And then he said he'd get lunch, so I told him I wanted a grilled cheese from In-N-Out. And he said, why don't I get you something healthy instead? And those two things together it's just been a really hard day, so I apologize that it's coming out in this video, but it's my goal to get this video and another one up, and I'm trying not to let anything stand in the way of that. And I'm a firm believer on social media that you shouldn't just always show the good things, you should show the bad things as well. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. And I also wanted to let you know that I have my planner toolbox video linked down below, which is where I use undo and that eraser I have, and just any other tools I use to plan with. They're all linked in the description box of that video. But that's why I sound really off today. My mental health has seriously been struggling recently, more than ever. And I thought today was going to be a good day until I answered a phone call from my dad. And I actually answered that phone call. You will hear it come in my How I Make My Scripts video, which is coming after this one, which is super exciting. That one's actually already uploaded and ready to go, but I had to get this one uploaded before that one goes live. But you'll hear the call come in, and you might hear my voice change in that one, and I kind of rushed the end of that video because I was really fighting back a breakdown at that point. So I just want to be transparent about that. I didn't mention it in that video because I want that video to be very tutorial based and not really about me. You know, it's about making scripts. It's more educational. It's more formal. So I'm sorry that I'm sniffly. The tears just won't stop today. Even though I've taken the medication from my doctor and I've done everything I'm supposed to do, it's just one of those days where the waterworks just keep happening. So the other thing I really wanted to touch upon in this base is the bed bug incident. You're going to see it in the day by day. I just know I'm not going to have time to talk about it, but when we went to Disneyland, we stayed at Disney's Grand Californian Hotel. We stayed there for 3 nights. One of my friends who went with us to the park stayed across the street for only 1 night, and they ended up driving up there, going to the parks that day, staying that one night, going to the park the next day, and driving home. Whereas we came up the day before, spent the night so we could sleep in, go to the parks, spend the night, go to the parks, and then spend the night and go home. So I was staying with my mom, and we don't live together, and we ended up getting covered in bug bites, and the other person we were with has 0, so they were with us pretty much the entire time we were, there, and they have 0, so that makes us think that has something to do with the hotel. We think it's bed bugs. I did go to a dermatologist upon getting home, like right upon getting home. I wasn't even home an hour, and they diagnosed me with bed bug bites. And while we were in the hotel room before we checked out, we called them, we told them, and Disney's response to me calling and saying I had a doctor look at my bug bites has been less than desired, upon saying, well, doctors can misdiagnose bed bug bites, and they do it all the time. And we checked the room with dogs, and there are no bed bugs, so they're not there. So they're basically saying that the doctor's wrong and we're lying. And we're not. I posted pictures of this on my feed, and come to find out, I find a Facebook post. I was there obviously this week, the 7th. Anyways, I find a Facebook post from June 1st of somebody complaining about bed bugs. So I'm now not alone, or my mom and I are not alone. And this is clearly an ongoing issue. And I found 2 other posts that have to do with bed bugs in that hotel. All of us have the same story where the hotel's denying it, or they're telling us it's mosquitoes. They're telling us that the doctors are wrong and that they haven't found anything in any of the rooms, and that everything is perfectly okay. And they've been rather rude to us, a lot of us, when we've called back. A lot of us have had multiple experiences of people just hanging up on us, flat out. So you guys know how much I love Disney. Like, you know how much I love Disney. And when I say that this is making me question if I want Disneyland to even be my home park anymore because of this customer service experience, like, at this point, I would almost rather just go to Disney World, because if you take airfare out of the equation, my entire trip to Disney World with Jessica is worth is the same price as one single night in this hotel room, and we paid $3, and they had bed bugs, whether they want to admit it or not. It's happened to multiple people. It is not mosquitoes. Mosquitoes adore my mother, okay? My mother is like a mosquito's favorite beverage. I don't know why, they just adore her, and she will get attacked by these things. Like, they seriously just love her. And for some reason, even if I'm with her, will rarely ever get a mosquito bite. And my mosquito bites look different, and my mom's mosquito bites look different than these did. So just based upon our history with mosquitoes, I'm not buying the mosquito bite thing. I'm not buying what they're telling us. I don't know. Apart from that, it was a pretty good trip. I'm going to talk about the one other big negative. Let's get all the negative stuff out of the way, shall we? The parks need to hire more staff. The bathrooms were disgusting. Everywhere. So gross. Like, some of the worst bathrooms I've ever been in. And Disney bathrooms, for me, in my history, have usually been pretty spotless. So that was a big negative. But the rest of the trip was pretty dang good, so you're going to hear about that in the day by day, which we're already starting, which means I had a lot to complain about this week, and I'm sorry, but it hasn't been easy. So first thing I marked on Monday was packing for Disney. I did buy the add-on sheet that came with this kit, that came with a bunch of Disney icons, so I just used the suitcase. Then I used a pumpkin paper two girls to mark my mom and I checking into the Grand Californian. And then I used this old lipstick doodle that RoseyPlans got me for our Advent one year to mark going to Sephora. I really needed to actually pick up some stuff. It was all repurchases or things I needed, so it wasn't like a fun trip, it was like a needed trip. Then I used a RoseyPlans doodle. You can use my code Rosey20 to save at her store to mark going to the Uva bar, and I just love how she made the little hidden Mickey with the limes. Then we had dinner at Splitsville, which is a bowling alley, so I used a Paper Shire sticker for that. And then I used a paper and milk Maro to mark that I slept like crap. Also, I did use this week to make my script stickers off of, I don't know if I said this already, I might have, for my How I Make My Script Stickers video, so that is coming. Saturday is when it's scheduled to go up, the Saturday after this video, so make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you are not already so you don't miss out. You guys know I'm really trying to grow my channel, so it would mean a lot. And I need to talk faster. I'm never going to get through this. Okay, so moving into Tuesday, using another RoseyPlans. This time it's a coffee. I marked getting Starbucks. Then I used a firework doodle to mark Soarin' Around the World because that ends in fireworks. Then I used a paper and thread, who is changing her name back to Sweet Ava's Paper, I think in a couple of weeks, sticker to mark Toy Story Mania. She's holding the alien. I used a Fear sticker from the Coffee Monsters code to mark the Pixar Pal Around. Then this sticker I used of the girl on the roller coaster to mark Radiator Springs. I don't know where it's from, so if you guys know, can you pretty please link it down below? I would really appreciate it. Thanks. And that Radiator Springs Racers script is from Magical Stickers Co. I used another doodle off of that sheet to mark eating lunch at Lamplight Lounge. Then I used a Glam Planner Honey and Bun sticker to mark Snow White Enchanted Wishes. He is dressed as Dopey. Under the flap, I used a No White Space sticker, location Mickey hand thumbs up to mark a Space Mountain. Then I used a Once More with Love Haunted Mansion sticker to mark going on that ride. I used a Once More with Love Pirate from a Halloween sheet to mark Pirates of the Caribbean. And then I used another RoseyPlans Uva bar doodle to mark, I used another RoseyPlans doodle to mark going back to the Uva bar. Then on Wednesday, the first thing we did was ride Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, and that is with a Stick with the Plan Co. girl. Then I used a Paper Shire BB-8 to mark going on Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run. Below that, I used a Coffee Monsters Co. Stormtrooper to mark going on Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. I used a Piper Paper Co. popcorn to mark getting Disney popcorn, my favorite. Then I used a RoseyPlans Mickey taco to mark Tortilla Joe's. I used a Once More with Love Spider-Man to mark the Amazing Spider-Man stunt show. I used a Stick with the Plan Co. Sully to mark Monsters Inc. And then I used 2 Coffee Monsters Co. stickers in a row, one to mark Star Tours and the other to mark Avengers Campus. Then I used a Grin and Bear It Spider-Man sticker to mark getting walked off the new ride, the Web Slingers ride. Below that, we had dinner at La Brea Bakery, which I used a RoseyPlans Mickey wine glass for that, and then I used a Coffee Monsters Co. Spider-Man to mark actually getting to ride Web Slingers all the way through. Moving into Thursday, I use a Glam Planner Honey and Bun to mark bed bug bites. They're cringing because of a spider. Then I use a Teddy Planco Girl to mark going home. Below that, I used a Olive Studio laundry basket and a Piper Paper Company Laundry Day sticker to mark doing all the laundry because I had to make sure to get rid of all the bed bugs. Then I used another Paper and Milk sticker to mark taking a nap. I used a Fox and Pip Girl to mark being in my feelings. Then I used these Glam Planner Girls hugging to mark having a heart-to-heart with my mom. And then I used another Coffee Monsters Co. sticker to mark watching Loki. Moving into Friday, I marked therapy using these Munchkins and a Plan a Hannah script. Then I had to pick up my medication for the bed bugs, so I used a Munchkin from Once More with Love and a script from Sticky Essentials. I had In and Out, those fries are from Olive & Co., and that script is from Ilza Planned It. I use a lot of her scripts. You can message her on Instagram if you want stickers. Then I used a Sticky Committee dog to mark getting Tito a kiddie pool for my house. I used a Mr. and Mrs. Mint purple house to mark that I had some property that I was selling go into escrow. Then I used a camera from Olive Studio to mark planning and a Miss Jess Pizza to mark getting Pizza Hut with another script from Jody Doodles, who again is Ilza Planned It. Moving into Saturday, I used a Miss Jess Plans Netflix TV to mark watching Lock and Key. I used a Plan a Hannah umbrella to mark watching Tanning. Then I used a Rabbit Hole Handcraft book sticker and a Letters to Apollo script to mark reading The Night Circus. Below that, I used an Olive Studio camera to mark planning. Then I used a Coffee Monsters Co. sticker to mark getting an avocado sandwich. I used this koala character from Murdoch Talks and another script from Ilza to mark Dairy Queen, and then a Munchkin and an Ilza script to mark Eating My Feelings. Moving into Sunday, I used a Mr. and Mrs. Mint microphone sticker and one of their scripts to mark a voiceover. This was for my script video. Then I used a Miss Jess Plans Shadow and Bones sticker, or Netflix sticker to mark watching Shadow and Bones. I used another Plan a Hannah umbrella to mark marking Tanning. Then I used a Mr. and Mrs. Mint spoon and fork to mark having leftovers with a Kinsey's Creations script. Then I used another Miss Jess Plans Hulu TV to mark Devious Maids. I decided to whiten my teeth this night, so I used a Benevis Creations dinosaur. And then I used a Glam Planner Astronaut Teeny to mark watching the NASCAR All-Star Race. Oh my goodness, did so much happen this week. But like, this was a mouthful, so here are the scripts that I made in my How I Make My Scripts video that I just laid down. And here I remembered to flip through what is left in my kit. But again, back to that scripts video, please check it out. I am shamelessly going to shout it out a lot because I put a lot of work into that video. It took me 10 times longer than I thought it was going to, so I hope it is everything you guys wanted. And if you have any questions, as always, please let me know. Subscribe so you don't miss it. Hit a thumbs up if you liked this plan with me. I'm sorry it wasn't all bubbles and rainbows, but your girl's going through a hard time, and I am absolutely trying my best, and I will get through this. So if you're going through a hard time, you are not alone. My DMs are open for you. Next week, I have a feeling my plan with me might be late, just because I have ordered some things for it that haven't come in yet, and they might take a hot second because I know the shop owner was in a sale, but we will get there and it will come, and I already have the base filmed for the week after that, so pushing through the depression, and that's pretty much it. Please help out my channel in any way you can. I appreciate each and every one of you. Remember, you are loved. I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.